What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with some more fantasy football content. Today, I am talking about running back for the Dallas Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott, and his fantasy football outlook for this upcoming 2021 fantasy football season. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. You're going to stick around for all these fantasy profiles. You're going to hit that like button on this video. It helps the video out a ton, helps the channel out. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll respond as always. Let's hop right into the video. Okay, so Ezekiel Elliott. So last year was a pretty crappy year for anyone who drafted Zeke compared to their expectations, taking him probably number 3 overall or somewhere in that top 3. He finished 2020 basically worst case scenario as RB11. I just want to put that out there. When Dak was playing, he was an absolute monster for fantasy. In half-point PPR leagues, he was averaging 19.9 points per game. Was very good at the beginning of the season when that offensive line wasn't nearly as banged up. They suffered some major injuries to that O-line in 2020. They lost right tackle La'el Collins, who was very, very good. They lost their left tackle, Tyron Smith, also very good. And they lost their right guard later in the season, Zach Martin, their 3 best offensive linemen, and a very good offensive lineman in the league when all 3 of those guys are healthy because they have those 3 stars. All of them went down to injury in 2020. Zeke was running behind a bunch of bums blocking for him, basically. I think that's one of the major reasons for his decline. Also, a lot of that goes on Ezekiel Elliott himself, honestly. He was fumbling the ball a lot, had a lot of drops last season. I expect him to iron that stuff out. I think he was just a little in his head about it, honestly. Thinking about the last one, we've really seen some good improvements from Zeke. He has looked slow, to be honest with you, these last few seasons. I've been pretty out on Zeke. I am all in on Zeke this season. All reports are saying that he has been working out a ton. He's coming into this in the best shape of his life, is the quote I keep hearing entering 2021. Now is he as good a shape as he was when he was 22 entering the league or something like that? You know, we'll see. We'll see. He had some crazy bursts when he came into the league. I don't think he'll regain that, but we really just need the quickness is what I keep hearing about, and that's where I've seen him lacking. So if he could have gained that a little bit of quickness back, there's no reason he can't dominate fantasy football for this upcoming season. I have him ranked as my RB5. You guys can check out that video, my RB rankings. I will link it above. But yeah, I'm all in on Zeke for this season. I want to read you guys some stats. So we already talked about Dak went down. Their whole offensive line basically went down. And Zeke was still able to finish as RB11. Last season, he had 22 carries inside the 5-yard line, which led the league. He was tied for the league lead. And he only turned that into 5 touchdowns, which is really, really poor. I expect that number to bounce back up with Dak and that healthy O-line. Dak also rushed in a ton of touchdowns at the beginning of last season that could have easily gone Zeke's way. So I don't think there's any reason we can't expect Zeke to bounce back to his touchdown scoring ways, scoring tons of touchdowns, getting tons of touches, all that good stuff. He was also the 4th most targeted back last season. So looking at a running back that's going to get the ball 300 times. He signed a 6-year, $90 million contract. He has 90 million reasons for Dallas to give him the ball. I hear all this Tony Pollard stuff, but really, I mean, they're paying this guy so much money. Could you imagine how embarrassing it would be for Jerry Jones to watch in his box while Tony Pollard runs all over defenses? There's a chance he's better than Zeke. I'm not saying he's not, but I think for all intents and purposes, I'd be shocked if the Dallas Cowboys don't give Zeke a very large workload coming up this year. And I think he's a very safe first-round pick. My stat predictions for Zeke this season, I have him for 1,200-plus rushing yards, 50-plus receptions, 350-plus receiving yards, and 10 total touchdowns. I think he can hit all these numbers pretty easily. Honestly, there's some pretty tame expectations. I think he could do even more. I think the guy could get 300 carries. I think he could have, or close to 300 carries at least, and he could have well over 50 receptions, like I said. He's had 50 receptions each of the last 2 years. He's very involved on all 3 downs. You're looking for running backs that can do that. Zeke offers that to you. Yeah, I would not doubt Zeke entering this season. I feel like maybe the talent's gone down a little bit, but fantasy football is way more about the opportunity than the talent. We've always known that. The talent and that offense in Dallas is going to be fantastic this upcoming season, and I want the running back for good offenses, and that's why I want Ezekiel Elliott. If you guys have made to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stick around for more of these. Check out the old ones as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hit me up in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys.